So you know how last season I was talking about how much I hate this team and how much I really wish I didn't start the save? I'm now in the situation where I really love this save and I'm actually glad I'm managing this team now. It really is amazing when you actually start winning games, what it does to your mood. And may the good times keep on rolling, and I know there's going to be some instances during the series where I'm going to say how much I hate this team again and my mood swings are going up and down all the time. At least that takes after my managerial career. In the last episode, we started off our League One season with a 1-0 win away at Carlisle United. Now Ennis got the winner and he is going to be my number one striker this season, and I've realised that he may be actually really good for this league. I mean, Alex Samuel is going to have to move over because there's a new striker in town.
Out of the way, you.
Now, we have played a couple of games off camera, and I followed that game up against Carlisle with an away trip to MK Dons in the derby, and we managed to win by 2-0 as Trevor Clark got his first 2 goals in the Wycombe shirt, with 2 brilliant strikes, by the way. And genuinely, I didn't know he had that in his locker. But we did get knocked out of the Carabao Cup in the second round to Cheltenham Town away from home. We didn't have a single highlight all game, and we lost on penalties. So cheers, lads. Although I will say, to be fair, we did have a second string out, so like it wasn't my strongest team. Although, to be fair, I don't even have enough players to have a strongest team and a second 11. And we are playing Shrewsbury Town in this episode, and it might be a bit of a weird game to pick in this episode, but I will explain in a minute why that is. Now, I am pleased to announce one of my new signings that I've made, and I did mention in the last episode we didn't really have a left back, so I've decided to bring one in. And Miles Kenlock joins us from Plymouth Argyle, and he's hopefully going to be a more solid option for us on the left-hand side. I do have Trevor Clark playing there as well at the moment, but I mean, Miles Kenlock adds some depth to the squad for us. And to be fair, he's been plying his trade in League 2 recently, so he's not really going to be our first choice left-back, but he does add a bit more of an option for us. Now, the post-match analysis of the game against Carlisle, let me see the social media, and I wanted to see what the fans were thinking after, you know, our first win in God knows how long. And I'd given Will Fish his professional debut with 8 minutes left on the clock, and I thought, that was a pretty good achievement by me, until John said that our youth-obsessed fans won't shut up about him now. Honestly, I don't even know what fans we have at the club.
I think that's a bit dodgy, mate.
Because we're still in transfer window season, I rejected a bid of 500k for Josh Knight from Barnsley, and he's been wanted by Barnsley, Peterborough and Middlesbrough, and even though I've signed about 16 centre-backs during the summer, I'm not going to get rid of Josh Knight. He's my best player by far. I mean, some might call him my knight in shining armour. My knight in shining armour. My knight in shining armour.
Hey! Ain't nobody trying to hear that bullshit. Oh.
So I did sign a new player over the recent weeks, and I was looking around for quite a while, and I found this player on the transfer list during the summer, and he only just signed recently. And Ike Ogbo joins us after his contract at Chelsea had expired over the summer. He gives us more options on the wing, also can play up front. I mean, he's a pretty decent striker for this level, and yeah, he just obviously adds, you know, something to the squad that we needed. I'm not really hyping up these players, am I? I also failed to realise over the summer, because we got relegated from the Championship to League 1, I then got entered into the Football League Trophy, which is now known as the Papa John's Trophy. I mean, I know the tournament was a joke in itself already, but Jesus Christ, this is taking it to a whole new level. And we were drawn against Coventry, Southend and the Arsenal under-23s. I mean, 3 big games in there, isn't it? Like, oh god, I don't know how I'm not going to be able to live com any of them. What trophy do you get at the end of the competition if you win it? A pizza box? And we have made one more transfer recently, and I wanted to look at bringing in a new central midfielder because I realised we're a bit light in that department. And Sean Goss joins us after his contract at Doncaster Rovers expired over the summer, and he is a pretty good player. I've used him in like loads of football managers, and he's actually a pretty decent player in that position. So I'm looking forward to using him. He most likely will be a bit part player for me at the start, but you know, he might break his way into the team once my central midfielders get injured or are out of form, which is most likely going to happen. So following that transfer announcement, I did give him his debut in the game against Cheltenham, and Steve McLaren already turned up to put him in the Northern Ireland team. I mean, that's a bit preemptive, isn't it? Now we can go into the reason why I'm playing Shrewsbury Town in this episode, and well, I was minding my own business, and then Stuart McCall, who is the Shrewsbury boss at the moment, said that my team doesn't have what it takes to stay up in League 1. Sorry. My Wycombe team, who have just come down from the Championship, don't have what it takes to stay up in League 1. And then I said, how can he think my Wycombe team could go down when his Shrewsbury team are definitely in more trouble than we are? And then he hit back at me as well, because he said that his team are stronger than mine. I mean, what's this? My dad's bigger than your dad? I'm not sure why I'm getting my dad to fight my battles for me at the grand age of 26 years old. So in essence, basically what I'm summarising is we're going to actually go and play Shrewsbury in this game and show him who's boss. Now we move into our game against Shrewsbury Town at home, and because of what has been said about my team and how much I want to destroy this club, I've decided to play a more attacking formation, so we've decided to drop the 4-4-2 and go 4-2-4. Our back four is pretty much the same as last episode, except Trevor Clark is going to be playing left back instead of Sean McLaughlin. Our midfield too is still the same, with Adam Phillips and Alex Patterson partnering each other. So Marcus Brown and Liam Cullen are our two wingers, as I'm playing them in more advanced roles up the pitch. And of course our front two is still the same, as Dan the Londaloo partners Niall Ennis up front, who is currently our top goal scorer this season. Although saying that, that's not really that hard compared to the players he's up against. I know I say it a lot on this channel, but this is a must-win game for us. You know, if we want to continue on our path to League 1 domination, we do need to be winning these sort of games against shit clubs. And it shows you my intention from the first whistle when I'm playing 4-2-4. I have never played 4-2-4 in Football Manager ever before. And also, I want to get one over Stuart McCall. I mean, how on earth can he say that my team are going to go down this year? I mean, has he seen the state of his squad first? We did get our first chance after 5 minutes, and Marcus Brown managed to escape his man on the left-hand side of the pitch and then put the ball into the box, but Dan the Londaloo headed it over when it looked easier to score. But to be fair to Shrewsbury, they were knocking the ball about really well, and then a couple minutes later they managed to fashion their first chance of the game, but Bahui's shot was well saved by Mijek. And then Shrewsbury were on the attack again a couple of minutes later, and the ball managed to find its way to Jaden Stockley, and he fired it wide. I mean, as I said before in the last episode, this is the sort of quality we're up against. I'm not really in any danger whatsoever. Marcus Brown then managed to pick up the ball on the halfway line and drive at the Shrewsbury defence, but he managed to fire the ball wide when he got to the edge of the box. And then with 10 minutes to go before half-time, Raquel Pike managed to lay the ball for Brad Walker, who fired it past our keeper from 30 yards. I actually cannot believe we're losing. Like, I genuinely cannot believe it. This is the first league goal we conceded all season as well. I can't wait to die, and then at my funeral, my Wycombe team are the pallbearers, because then they can let me down one more time. And then on the stroke of half-time, Adam Phillips played a lovely ball over the top of the defence, and Niall Ennis fired it in, but then was called offside. I mean, ref, can we just have the goal because of how good that goal was? I mean, what a volley. So I've just realised that Niall Ennis only seems to do 3 things. He either misses 10 chances a match, gets called offside all the time, or puts the ball in the net a couple of times. So basically what every striker in England does. So half-time came around, and despite the fact that we didn't have a single shot on target, our XG was just under Shrewsbury's. This shows you that I really don't understand what XG is. But at half-time, I decided to break the team and say that we are a lot better than this, and we can turn this around. And my words at half-time came into effect almost instantly, as within a minute of the restart, we managed to knock the ball around really well. Dan the London, who played in Niall Ennis, and he slotted it home for a fantastic team goal, by the way. Mate, this boy's going to take me to the championship and far beyond that. He is literally Alex Samuel version 2.0. We then got a corner a couple minutes later, and the ball managed to find its way to Marcus Brown, and in front of goal managed to shoot straight at the keeper, and he pushed it wide. How has he not put that in the net? And then we managed to get another chance as Trevor Clark played the long ball over the top and found Niall Ennis running through on goal, and then he managed to fire the ball straight at the keeper. Honestly, is this bloke going to have every single chance we're going to have this season? And that's so proved to be so, as Adam Phillips' free kick found Niall Ennis at the back post, and then he headed it wide. See what I was saying about missing 10 chances a match? All he has to do is score one more, and then he's basically done everything that a striker does in a game. We then managed to get another chance as Alex Patterson played the ball over the top, and Niall Ennis found himself through and goal and fired it past the keeper until he was called offside. Honestly, I might as well just rename this series the Niall Ennis Show. It seems to be him all the time. I decided to freshen things up in our attack and brought on Alex Samuel once again to play up front with Niall Ennis, and brought off Dan the Londaloo. And with the score at 1-1, I decided to refresh our defence and send on Will Fish once again to play centre-back, and then sent on Miles Kenlock for his debut. And then Tsongwi, who I moved into a right-back position, played a lovely ball forward, which Alex Samuel took down very well, found himself through a goal, fired a shot at the keeper, which he well saved, but then Niall Ennis was there to put in the rebound and to give us a 2-1 lead. This boy is going to go far, I'm telling you. This boy is going to go far. And I'm not saying under my management, because that's never going to happen. Shrewsbury managed to fashion their first chance of the second half in the 78th minute, as Raquel Pike managed to fire wide from 30 yards out. And then midway through injury time in the second half, Jake Hesketh found some space in the edge of the box, and then managed to fire the ball wide when it probably could have troubled the keeper a bit more. And that was it. We had managed to turn it around against Shrewsbury and win by 2-1, which puts us firmly at the top of the table, and I think we are the only team to have won all our games this season. In the league, not the cup, by the way, because Cheltenham are living rent-free in my head. Wait, hold on. Is that Stuart McCall trying to backtrack after his comments that my team are going to go down?
Fuck you and your shit fucking football team.